Tranquilitatis, logistics to incoming transition. Please state your intentions. Over.
Alice to MT Logistics. We have received clearance and hold a signed contract with Mr. Holloway for our mining operations in this designated sector. We're here to commence our activities as scheduled. Over.
MT Logistics to Alice. We weren't informed of your early arrival. We've just finished building the elevator for your drones to access the underground facilities. At the moment, all the electricity is being used to charge the batteries as we prepare for the night. So we can't route power to the elevator right now. I suggest you, Sunshine, to keep your mining buddies in orbit for the next 2 weeks and return with the sunrise. Over.
We made it here right on schedule, but waiting for the next morning on the moon, a whole 2 weeks of downtime, is utterly unacceptable. This could jeopardize our entire mining contract. We need a better plan. And name's Alice. Just saying. Good afternoon, Director. This is Alice, your first Vice President. We have a bit of a situation here, but I'm already on it. Let's just test our connection before we delve any deeper. Give this dialogue box a click if you're hearing me loud and clear. Then we can proceed. Connection solid. That's a start. Give me a moment to secure our landing clearance. Feel free to soak in the sights while you wait. I'll ping you as soon as I have an update. So, Robert, do we have a deal?
Let me be clear. The risk of 2-week power outage equals job loss and a costly lawsuit for me. I don't care who you are. Get Holloway on this, but no power for you until sunrise. We just don't have it right now.
Look, Robert, you and I got off on the wrong foot. Our drones are designed for autonomous construction and repair, and we've brought the necessary resources. Grant us landing permission, and we'll handle the power situation ourselves. This benefits both of us. More solar panels for you, and we could land our toys and get going. They also can handle the repairs. So, should I update Mr. Holloway on our successful collaboration?
All right, Alice, you have permission to land. Make sure your drones don't break anything. Over and out.
Director, it is your call now. Permission to land has been granted. Show this Bob the Builder that we can fix this. Select a landing location for the pods near the elevator shaft. Click on the notification located on the left side of the control interface and specify the designated landing spot for the capsule.
Alice, your primary responsibility is to ensure resource extraction and processing at our logistic hub in the Sea of Tranquility. Currently, our operations heavily rely on external supplies. If you can address this issue, even partially, rest assured we'll secure long-term contracts for you. I personally vouched for your mission to the board. You're a promising team with intriguing developments, so you better give me something to convince those skeptical of your work.
Absolutely, Mr. Holloway. Both the Director and I are immensely grateful to you. Our focus is on establishing a long-term partnership, and we'll give our utmost to make it a reality. You can count on us. To initiate construction, choose the required Director, place holograms of solar panels on the allocated sites. Our drones will take it from there. You'll see.
They've actually built them. Not a bad start at all. Alice, can you hear me? Your drones did a good job, better than we expected. All the energy from these panels is yours, but now it's crucial to conserve it if you want to work during the night. To achieve that, you'll need batteries.
It's all good, Robert. I completely understand you. We were already going to build batteries anyway. Director, he's correct. A lunar night lasts nearly 14.5 Earth days in the absence of sunlight, and batteries are crucial for us. Construct 4 batteries next to the solar panels.
drones did a pretty good job, but the wiring tool is only operable by a human. Wire the panels and the batteries together. Next, you just need to power up the elevator, and you'll gain access to the underground level.
Go to the communications panel and... Now that everything is up and running, let's get down to business. Switch to the underground level by pressing the Tab key. Fine, that works for us. To start mining, build a drone reconfiguration module. It can get electricity from the lower elevator by connecting them with a wire. Now wire it to the elevator to power up the module. That's an excellent question, Robert. And Director, with the reconfiguration module, you can convert up to 5 workers. Now, let's have the drones. To order the drones to start the excavation, you need to use the highlighting tool and mark areas for mining, and the digging drones will do the rest. Robert, to answer your question, our company has been providing repair and maintenance services for robotics and mining equipment for over 10 years. We were involved in the development and maintenance of technology for lunar mining along with the first industrial expeditions to the moon, even before the construction of the space elevator and the full-scale development of the moon by mankind. And I'm pleased to inform you, Robert, that by accumulating our vast experience, we have been able to develop and implement multifunctional drone technology that can be re-equipped for a variety of tasks. As a special bonus, I can include a coloring book set, so you can brighten up your leisure time at work in silence.
Okay, Alice, I get the hint. You do your job and I'll mind my own business. By the way, I'll grab a few coloring books as souvenirs for the kids. I'll be heading home in 2 weeks. Director, I understand that I can be difficult at times, but your Alice is also quite remarkable. She reminds me of my ex-wife.
We're all still on the same channel, Robert.
So what's up with those coloring books?
I'll send them to your wife along with some flowers. She is not likely to see them from her husband.
This is an emergency broadcast. We have detected an imminent asteroid collision with the moon's surface. We are currently assessing the extent of the damage and the number of casualties. At this moment, our teams are working tirelessly to restore communication with lunar outposts. For those still on the moon, be aware that we are mobilizing all available resources to assist you. Conserve your energy and ration your supplies until further notice. Additional information will be provided as the situation unfolds. Stay tuned for updates. Over and out. I repeat, Crust is declaring a first-degree state of emergency. Commercial shipments and cargo landings are prohibited. Crust is assuming control of all complexes, resources, and facilities on the moon. All surviving facilities should switch to the emergency frequency and report their status. Try to conserve power and resources and await further instructions.
What have happened over there? Director, do you read me? We're getting reports that a state of emergency has been declared because of a meteorite impact on the moon. Please confirm that you're still on the line. You could have done it more quickly and spared me the worry. Next, there's still no signal from the personnel at the base. I'll try again, but the hope is dwindling. Robert, come in, Robert. Do you read me? There appear to be no survivors. I'm glad you were on the orbital station at the time of the collision, and I suggest you stay there as long as possible. We should try to hold out until the logistics with Earth are re-established. Let's begin with electricity. We still have resources and functioning drones. That should be enough to get a couple solar panels and batteries.
Judging by the seismic activity, the explosion occurred on the far side of the moon. Fortunately, it was at a considerable distance from our mission site. But the sheer force of the explosion raises even more questions.
So, the best insight we can get from the head of the science department and a world-renowned scientist is that the explosion happened at a distance, and we don't have a single clue about how and why.
That's the extent of our knowledge at the moment. Scientists deal with verified facts, not hasty speculations based on incomplete data.
Electricity is back online, but our resource reserves are... Make sure the elevator is connected, and the explosion destroyed everything on the surface, but the mining modules may still be intact. We need to go underground and assess the remaining resources. Director, we need to restore the power supply to the underground level. That's better. I see that we have the raw materials to produce smart Director, I have an idea. For starters, convert 4 drones into mining drones and with the reconfiguration mod... We have the smelter furnaces, but to start producing any resource, the proper oxides are always needed. Now we're going to mine them with mining drones. Enter excavation mode to assign mining drones to extract resources from the deposits. Set the number of drones that will mine the oxide directly from the deposit. Director, we have iron and silicon veins available. Now you can watch as mining drones excavate the oxides, and they are immediately taken to the smelting furnace.
Attention, everyone who reads this message. Severe damage to orbital station Hope 2 has been detected. Immediate evacuation of all personnel is required. Proceed to emergency evacuation protocol. Attention, everyone who reads this message.
Director, that's a distress call from Hope 2. Station is heavily damaged, and they require immediate evacuation. But is there someone to pick them up upon landing? I'm already reaching out to Crust to report the situation.
Director, I'm Clyde Draper. I'm in charge of the Crust search and rescue operation. We're aware of the situation with Hope 2, and we plan indeed a reasonable choice. You are required to get in touch with the station.
We've barely recovered from the explosion. Our base is a couple of mining and processing modules. I'm willing to do what I can to save them, but how are we going to get everything done in that amount of time?
First, we need to scale up our production. Living quarters will require a lot of resources. We have smelting furnaces, but we need regolith extractors and single regolith refinery to extract oxides. Director, Crust has handed us the research plan, and we are ready to begin. Research underground extraction and place 2 extractors on the veins of iron and silicon.
Research complete.
Don't forget that extractors also need to be connected to the network. If you do not have enough range to connect the wires, build additional electric poles. We urgently need to find a way to pick up the crew after landing. We need cargo transport and we need it now. Wilfrey, any ideas?
We can try to fix this piece of junk. It's a Pathfinder 3B, older model, but has improved off-road capability and cargo capacity. Just what we need.
Research complete. Research complete. Objective achieved.
According to our data, extractors have started mining. Now research the single regolith refinery to be able to extract oxides from regolith. Then build 2 refineries to produce iron and silicon oxides accordingly. Director, place single regolith refineries in a pattern similar to this to be able to optimize production further. Single regolith refinery utilizes a thermal reaction to extract the required oxides from the regolith while processing the remaining rock into slag. refinery, according to its name, can only get one type of oxide at a time. Be sure to select the iron oxide recipe to start production. Director, We can use
You heard him, Director. Use the
And now that you have a functioning steel production line,
Director, we have managed to get you a reconnaissance rover scout. Your
Ratchet, have you heard it? Crust has assigned you to the rover. They really don't have any ex-personnel, do they? Help the Director get the rover to the repeater as soon as possible. We are running out of time to get in touch with the crew.
Not only have we lost almost all our equipment, but now we have Crust to deal with. They haven't forgotten about you either, Wilfrey. By the way, the data rover found should help speed up the research. Horizon 6. Almost everything is modified. Only the hull is original. That's some serious tech. Even Crust doesn't have many of those. Send it outside the base, see what we can find. Crust has given us the coordinates of a repeater near our base. We need to send a rover there and try to contact the station.
Attention. We've received the vehicle's coordinates and are set to commence the rescue operation in line with Crust's directive. Our primary goal is to rescue the crew of Hope 2 and transport them to the base. At this point, we should complete the construction of living quarters equipped with all essential life support systems. Director, your objective is to send the rover to the repeater and contact the station crew. Professor Wilfrey requests Crust life support technology. Ratchet, we need to find cargo transport for crew transportation. All other personnel on Earth follow the new directives issued by your supervisor immediately. Director, we managed to establish a connection with the station.
We did not expect anyone to respond at this point. The situation is critical. The station has suffered multiple damage. What do you mean you have no means to pick us up?
Director, we must build living quarters immediately and get them out of there. Professor, did we get the necessary tech?
Crust has already contacted us and given us a plan for the necessary research. Some of the techs are already known, while others have yet to be studied. They have also agreed to help us with the research.
The living quarters will require a lot of space. Director, make sure the drones have cleared a large enough area to build the living compartment. Okay, we're ready. Director, use the room construction tool and lay out a room of the size required. Now we need to provide the drones with everything they need to finish the construction. Keep a close eye on the availability of steel and concrete, and repair modules of the production chains in a timely manner. Also, you can convert mining drones to usuals to speed up the construction process.
Say again, please. Houston, we've had a problem. Can't be loud and correct on 212. How about a pole with this time? Payload director. Payload to go. After that, engineering director. Engineering go. Then, safety and mission assurance. Safety and mission assurance, go. Copy that. Thanks, welcome.
Apollo 12, Houston. Crust here. Fundamental truth to our nature. Man must explore. And this is exploration at its greatest. Television picture here.
Director, Alice, good afternoon. I may have found a way to recoup our lunar venture in a shorter time frame.
Ledger, we're in the middle of a rescue mission on the moon, which was recently hit by a meteorite. We're running out of resources, time, and all the supply lines to Earth have been cut off. But obviously you have something to contribute to that, don't you?
Of course, Alice. Demand creates its own supply. And right now, demand is higher than ever. Even contracts for smart concrete and steel are at record-breaking stakes. If we get the resources, I'll find a way to get them to the destination.
Director, sending some resources to Earth is indeed a great idea. Moreover, it presents us with a unique opportunity for a remarkable PR campaign. While corporations are spending billions on advertising, we can generate significant coverage even for supplies of steel and concrete. Profitability doesn't always come solely from direct revenue.
Director, we can't afford to be without power. Consider adding more solar panels and batteries to our infrastructure. Additionally, constructing a generator that can produce electricity from fuel might be necessary for surviving lunar nights.
Research complete. Research complete. Objective
Confirming
achieved.
engine start. Diagnostics indicate that the cargo transport is fine and ready to go except for a few scratches. Director, one less problem to deal with.
Director, the crew in the escape pod. We are leaving the station immediately. We can't wait any longer. After landing, we will activate the emergency beacon so you can find us. You must act as quickly as possible. The oxygen supply in the capsule is very limited. We hope to see your cargo truck immediately after landing. Over and out.
Objective achieved.
Director, I will now explain to you the basic principles of the Logistics Management Center and Contract Exchange. At the top of the screen are the main categories of the trade exchange. Now select the Contracts category. You are now in the Contracts tab, where you can see. Now select the High Demand contract. This interface provides contract detail. Here you will assign resources to be sent to complete the contracts. On the left side of the screen, there is a table of resources available at your base, and in the center, you have the dispatch window. On the right side, you'll find information on the selected contract, options for choosing a landing site, and selecting a capsule type. Fill up the contract with the required resources, hit send, and then wait for the contract to be completed as it takes time for the capsule to reach the Earth.
Research complete.
Good job, Director. The funds should have been deposited into our account by now. With the successful execution of these contracts, we are well on our way to surpassing our expectations and fully covering the costs of our lunar expedition.
exchange for resources is understandable. But I'd like you to consider other kinds of investment in science. There's a whole network of laboratories on the moon, not far from us where I used to work. They're well fortified and should have survived the blast. I'm putting the coordinates into the system now. Hopefully you will find a moment to examine them. Frankly, I'm looking forward to catching up with my colleagues. I'm sure given our situation, we could work something out.
Investing in science always sounds noble, but it's also a high-risk, long-term endeavor, and the peak demand in the market will be over very soon. I don't think it will be the right call for us. Our horizon of opportunities will be over soon.
If you've ever wondered why you can't ascend beyond being a run-of-the-mill broker, it's surely your incapacity to see beyond the immediate horizon, Ledger. If we manage to overcome the technological disadvantages before the major corporations re-enter the lunar arena, it will elevate us from being mere street hustlers to becoming direct competitors and industry leaders alongside them. Director, here are the coordinates of the Fundamental Science Laboratory. Let's start there. It was run by Dr. James Lee, a brilliant theoretical physicist, an expert in probability theory, and a renowned poker player here on the moon.
The rooms require electricity and oxygen for the life support systems to work. Let's start with electricity. Mount the connector on the wall of the newly built room and connect it with a wire to the power grid. In this way, the entire room will have access to the electricity.
Research complete.
Director, in order to get oxygen, you need to find a vein of water ice and mine it. To do this, you must build an ore detector. It is specially designed to detect deposits among the regolith. Now we can try to find the water ice deposits. We've picked up a good pace, but time is still against us. Try to keep that in mind. Select the ore detector and scan the regolith around it. Build the ice extractor. It will allow us to extract water ice, which we need to get to the ice melter. This will allow us to produce water and oxygen and provide them to the living quarters.
Research complete. package delivered.
Director, we've done a research that allow us to salvage the rest of the Evermore base for resources. We've to account for every single piece now, and they won't be needing the ruins anymore.
You can't build here. You can't build here. Research complete. Research complete. Objective achieved.
Yes, Director. I do see them in the system as accepted. Mr. Ledger overdid himself this time. It's not only irresponsible, but just simply unprofessional. How about giving us a heads up before signing next time, rather than after?
My role is to secure the most profitable contracts for the company, Miss Vance. If handling a few small deliveries is beyond our capabilities, then perhaps we shouldn't be in this biz. We can either continue to lament our situation, or we can complete these contracts and prove that we stand head and shoulders above the competition.
Director, we'll deal with him later. Right now, let's concentrate on the active contracts. Getting those deliveries on time is crucial.
Надо просто это ощутить.
Research complete. Package delivered. You can't build here.
James is always calm and rational, even when he's winning big or losing his last buck. The next facility is the Engineering Center. It's run by Sullivan L. Dower, an almost legendary figure who was on the moon before Wilfrey and me. Old school, straight as an arrow, so not everyone can deal with him.
Objective achieved.
So, it's only the first extraterrestrial behavioral science and research center remains unattended. Scientific endeavor that studies life support systems and the nature of behavioral changes in humans outside of Earth's habitat.
It's led by Helen Ripley. Her groundbreaking work, Man in Space, Adaptation in Alien Environments, marked the inception of human behavior studies beyond Earth boundaries. I was fortunate enough to attend her lectures and still cherish a copy of that book.